And you are listening to SwinGamers on Radio. I'm Sean.
I'm Ricki.
And we're back for semester 2 of 2014, and it's good to be back.
We are back, and it feels so good.
Yeah, you reckon?
Well, it's not bad. I mean, I was pretty bored over the holidays, aside from doing a bit of gaming, obviously, but I was chomping at the bit to come back to uni, actually.
Yeah, I got a job, and I didn't want to come back. I like my job. Thank you very much.
Well, my job wasn't exactly going anywhere. I was doing maybe 2 or 3 shifts a month at the time. So yeah, I am still doing that. So I'm looking forward to getting back in the swing of things. I've been back for 1 and a bit weeks, and I've been to most of my classes.
Really, most?
Most.
I've been to all of my classes.
You have 2 classes this semester, both on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
I still got to come in on the Thursday.
Yeah, that's because you got games lab.
Yeah, and I've got to come in Tuesdays.
For this?
Yes.
Yeah. But you've only got 1 day of classes. I've got 4 days of classes. There's a difference, Sean.
You mad, bro?
Yeah, I'm mad, bro.
Yeah, straight you mad. Anyway,
Can't wait for those days.
Yeah, we were just on TV. Well, we were recording the TV.
We're in front of a camera that will eventually capture video that will go on TV at some point in time.
Yeah, so Channel 31. Look for us.
Yeah, I believe in September sometime will be the first airing, which will be the episode that we just recorded, I believe.
Yep. And yeah, so we're talking about games on 3SSR's TV show, which has been picked up by Channel 31, and it's a really good opportunity, especially for us to just get our name out there.
Yeah, it's super duper cool, man. I really was quite happy when the show got picked up, and we got told about. I think we shot the pilot just after exams.
Yep.
Last semester, and we're just sort of waiting around to hear back, and then I think it was O Week. I was talking to our fearless leader, Peter.
Fearless.
And yeah, he sort of got picked up, so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a little cool thing we've been doing in the break, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? I've kind of figured out exactly why we're doing the radio show and why we're doing the TV show. We're feeding our egos.
A little bit, maybe. Yes. Stop looking at me like that.
We are.
Okay, well, yeah, we did that as well. And also during the break, we weren't obviously here, but we were in my bedroom doing podcasts every... That sounded wrong. It wasn't supposed to sound wrong, but it did, okay? We were in my recording studio.
Yes, it's much better.
Which happens to be in my bedroom.
Goose down,
Yep. So we did a few video podcasts while we were gone, and we did a nice big E3 wrap-up show, which of course happened during the holidays.
And that took how long?
It was a 2 and 3/4 hour show.
Yeah, that was nearly a 3-hour show.
God damn, there was so much to talk about because it was awesome.
We started it at like 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, we started it ridiculously late, and it just kept going and going, and I wanted to fall asleep halfway through.
You did. But the thing is, there was so much to talk about, and we just kept rambling on and on and on and on, and we went off on tangents as we usually do in this show. But that lasted a fair while. But we sort of, after that, our podcasts have been maybe 30 minutes to an hour since then. We've sort of toned it down where we're not sort of going out of control and talking for nearly 3 hours.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope. But, yeah, so we're back. We're doing this. We've got the TV going, and we're probably going to keep doing the video podcasts every now and then during the semester, just so we can get our pretty faces on camera.
Damn straight, when we get around to it.
Yeah, buddy.
So anyway, a couple of things that we'll talk about today is stuff. So we'll mention the Destiny beta. Hey, I'm getting there. We're going to mention the Destiny beta. Yep. We both had a go at that, and that looks interesting enough. We're going to talk a little bit about Xbox One, PS4, and probably Wii U as well, I should add, the Rock of Ages. What would you pick out of the 3 of them? Now, we'll answer that later, so
yep.
I want you to hold on to your hat. All right, you can say Wii U later.
Okay.
And we'll have a look at a couple of other games that are coming out this semester, hopefully as enticements and motivation, so you can finish your assessments early to play games for the rest of the semester.
That's what I did when GTA 5 came out.
Yeah, you finish everything like week 3.
Yeah,
and then...
I had all my mid-semester stuff happening that week. So I went down, picked it up day 1, brought it home, studied for, I think I was doing microeconomics, studied for the mid-semester test, went and did it, came home, and just GTA'd for the rest of the night. And it was my reward. I put it on the bed, it was sitting there waiting for me when I got home, and it was the best feeling, just going there. I aced the exam, I think. I can't quite remember. But yeah, got home and it was waiting for me, and I got to GTA all night, and it was just fantastic. So I think I'll try to do that again. I've got, I think, 5 games currently on pre-order.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and there's more games that I do want to pre-order, but I haven't got around to it yet because I still haven't pre-ordered the new Pokemon. I still haven't ordered the new Assassin's Creed, the second one, the Rogue, not the other one. We'll talk about
that.
Assassin's Creed doubling up a little bit later. But yeah, I've got 5 games on pre-order, and I want a few more because this coming holiday period, when they drop all the games sort of in the 2-month period, is looking pretty damn good. I'm very, very, very excited for the end of this year once the exams are done and I can sit down and just smash through all of them over the summer.
You know, last time I bought a game and I took it home and I left it there and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to finish all my assessments before I touch this baby. Last time I did that, the game was Final Fantasy 13. Limited edition. It took me 3 weeks of just cranking out assessment after assessment until I finally got around to touching it. I played for 15 minutes, put it down. Okay, so mic 1 has gone down. I was halfway through that. But yeah, it's probably a good thing that nobody heard that. Yeah, anyway, Final Fantasy 13 was the last one that I picked, and yeah, it just wasn't doing it for me. Anyway, so Ricky's going around. Okay, so mic 1 effectively just cut out for a second, so we're just rearranging a little bit. Alright, talking to the mic, see if it works.
Can you hear me?
Yes, okay.
Yay, okay, we've saved ourselves. Someone should probably come and fix mic 1.
Yep.
We'll do that after, I guess.
Next song break.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really looking forward to a lot of the games that are coming out. Not only on the Xbox One, but the PS4 as well. I picked up one the other day, and games that are on both consoles, such as Final Fantasy 15, which is Final Fantasy 15 on the Xbox One?
I have no idea. They primarily just stick to Sony, don't they? PlayStation.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy 13
was cross-platform.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy 14 was not.
I honestly don't know, but look, most people that play Final Fantasy have played it since day dot, and they're probably more likely to have a PS4 than an Xbox One. So
I like my PS4.
Yeah, you got a PS4 and an Xbox One over the break.
Yep.
I got an Xbox One.
Yep.
I like my Xbox One. It's good. Yeah.
Great. What games are you playing on it?
Not a great deal, to be honest.
Really?
No.
It sounds like you're having such a fun time with your Xbox One.
Shut up. Look, the reason I grabbed it when I did was because I had it like sitting at EB Games waiting for me. I was paying it off.
Because I just casually bought one, and you're like, I need it now.
Well, no. We bought ours on the same day without even realising that we bought it on the same day.
No, I told you I got it, and then you're like, well, shit, I better pay mine off.
No, you said you had bought one a couple of days previous, and you were waiting for it to rock up.
Yeah.
I went down and finally paid off the rest of what I owed on mine at EB Games, went home, messaged you, said that I got it, and then you text me saying, guess what showed up today in the mail?
Yeah.
And it was your Xbox One as well.
Damn straight.
Yeah, that was a complete coincidence.
Uh-huh.
I got to say, I like where I'm in the studio now. There's a third mic on the other side of the desk, and it's in front of a couch, so I'm now relaxing on the couch, just chilling.
Yeah, with no notes.
I've got nothing over here, but that's okay, I can bullshit.
Yeah, okay, you keep bullshitting.
I'm going to be in this, I reckon this position's better. I'm going to sit here for the rest of the year. I like it.
Yeah?
I can just chill out.
That's okay, I get control of the deck. And,
yeah, you can just control everything, and I'll just let you run it. I'll be just chilling on the couch. I like it. But yeah, no, Xbox One, I've played a bit on it. Played a bit of Watch Dogs, which I must say didn't live up to the hype.
No, didn't like it.
Have you played much of it?
3 missions.
Yeah, that's about as far as I got, and I put it down and started playing Arkham Asylum.
Anything else?
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of games during the summer sale, and I've been sort of weekend. Played a bit of FIFA and a bit of NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, sports games.
Yeah.
Don't we love them? Yeah. Okay, the one thing I will say is I have never been a fan of the PlayStation controller all that much. Never a big fan of the DualShock 3, especially because they had the triggers were convex, not concave.
Yes.
So they bulged out instead of, being a trigger, bulging, like coming in.
Yeah.
And I actually, with a charger for the PS3 controller I actually got these little trigger add-ons that turn it into a concave trigger. And I love them. They're fantastic. My finger actually sits where it should, and I can, pull the trigger and have my finger not slip off. But the other thing I found with the PS4 controller, they fixed that problem, but the thumbsticks I found were too slippery. And especially in a game like FIFA or NBA, when you're sort of always sort of directioning your player, I found I was slipping off a bit, and it just, whereas the Xbox One, they sort of fixed their problem. They got little grippy bits around the top of the thumbstick. Yeah. And I really liked that. I think that was a really nice little touch. And actually, during the break, I did a review on my YouTube channel of the Xbox One, and I went back and edited it and watched it again and put it up on YouTube and watched it all the way through. And I realised that I talked about the controller for over half of my review instead of talking about the actual console, because I really, really like the controller. But that's been the thing for me. Like, I've been Xbox since day one. I love their controller setup. It's what I'm used to. So that was the reason that I went Xbox One, because I was familiar with the button layout on the controller and the thumbstick layout. And I've never been a big fan of PlayStation's layout with the two thumbsticks pretty much next to each other.
Yeah.
I like the staggered stance. So
So you hate the Wii U's controller?
The
Pro controller.
Isn't the Pro controller the same stance as the Xbox One's?
Nope.
Or is it the... Okay.
No.
Oh, no, that's the other one. The old Wii controller that
Classic.
you plugged into the Wiimote. Was that staggered?
No.
Wasn't. Okay. No, okay, the other issue I have... the main issue I have with the Wii controller is the fact that the A and B buttons and the X and Y buttons are backwards.
Well, Nintendo came up with those first.
I'm well aware that they came up with them first, but back in the day it was just A and B. And then they got fancy and added X and Y.
For the SNES.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Game Boy, man. I was just a Game Boy and then on to N64.
Yeah, that's jumping from a handheld to a console, not a console to a console.
I know, but the N64 only had A and B buttons as well.
Plus, no, it had the C buttons.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the C buttons.
It had a Z trigger.
You know what I mean. I'm talking
it just didn't have a Y button.
Or an X button.
Didn't need an X button.
I know, I'm just saying, like, because when you go from, like, say, playing on my 3DS, then going to play my Xbox, I always get it backwards with the A and B buttons and the X and Y buttons, and it pisses me off.
I like how you can tell when games are ported to the Wii U as well.
Yeah,
because when it says
buttons are backwards.
When it says press, usually like press, for example, Call of Duty, press the A button to jump. In Black Ops 2 on the Wii U, it's press B to jump.
Yeah,
because it's still like the same formation as the Xbox controller and the PlayStation controller, but it's just.
But that's okay, because your fingers are still in the same spot doing the same thing, because you never look down and see, oh, that's the A button, that's the B button. You just know where they are in your head. So, yeah, sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes if it's a direct port, it's fine. But if Wii U have done it themselves and they map it on their controllers, then it's backwards. At least for me, what I'm used to.
Yeah, I don't know. I just found it weird, like playing Call of Duty on one and then Call of Duty on another, and it was like, press the B button. Oh, but B button's usually oh, wait, it's jump now, because the B button's meant to be the A button, because this is stupid.
Because Nintendo are lazy.
No, they're not lazy. They just had something that worked, and they didn't want to do anything with it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And plus, I mean, a game like Call of Duty or something that's been ported to the Wii U...
Everything.
Yeah. It was never developed for that console. It was never developed for that button layout, so you might as well just leave it in the hands of the people, or what's familiar for people, without having to look down at their controller every 2 seconds trying to figure out which button's B and which button's A. But, yeah. That's like, as I said, look, the reason I got the Xbox One is because there's so many good games coming out.
You mean you're an Xbox fanboy?
Yeah, I'm an unashamed Xbox fanboy. I will defend them until the cows come home. I do not care if I'm the shame of the internet and everyone's jumped over the PS4 bandwagon.
Do you have any Mountain Dew in your fridge?
No, I do not.
Do you have any packets of Doritos at home?
Actually, no. I don't like Mountain Dew, and I have no Doritos at the moment.
What is wrong with you? You're not fitting into the stereotype. You're lying.
I've never liked Mountain Dew. That's just, I'm coming out there and saying that right now. But yeah, like, I'm an unashamed Xbox fanboy, and I will defend them till the end of days. Like, I will admit the DRM fiasco last year when they announced it, I was just about to go, okay, fuck these guys, I'm going across to PS4. But they fixed it, and they actually...
I like how you can go across. It's almost like it's changing religions. I find that pretty funny.
You know what? For myself, not really, because I am just a gamer. I have a PS3 and I love it. I have a PS2 and I've really enjoyed that. I have a PC and I love gaming on my PC. It's just when it comes to console, when I want to sit down on a couch instead of in front of a keyboard, I'm going to choose Xbox 98% of the time.
Uh-huh.
The other 2% is like the other two the
exclusives.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Like, on my PlayStation, I have pretty much nothing but exclusives because I can play them on the Xbox anyway. So I have, like, the God of Wars and Gran Turismo and games like that I can't get on anywhere else, so I get them on PlayStation. And that's essentially it.
What would you put me under, then?
You?
Yeah.
You are just... You're like a virus.
How am I a virus?
Because you will just attack anything that will let you.
Attack?
Well, yeah. You attack any gaming store that has any games that you want, or eBay, and just take them all.
Yeah. And so what?
But no, look, if you've never been like to Sean's room, it is just it's like a museum of gaming. It's fantastic. I love it. You don't discriminate. You're like the best kind of gamer in the world because you don't care what it comes on. You'll buy it on everything.
Fuck yeah, man.
How many copies of Call of Duty Ghost do you own at the moment?
3.
So, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've played through it 3 times?
I'm nearly finished it on PS4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've played through it 3 times. I finished it twice on the 360, once just regularly and once on Veteran, and then once on the Xbox One. I still need to go through it on Veteran, and then I'm 3/4 of the way through on PS4.
Yeah. So that's something that I really rarely do. Because I only have a couple of games I have on 2 platforms, only because a mate of mine got rid of his PS3 and gave me a few of his games. Now, I already had Far Cry 3 and GTA 5 on the Xbox 360. Now, I will say I did play GTA 5 on the PS3 just to do the opposite missions, or the opposite heists, to what I did in the Xbox 360, because on the 360 now I'm pretty much just playing GTA Online, and I've pretty much knocked over the campaign. Well, I have knocked over the campaign. I'm now going through and trying to achievement hunt all the little missions and that, but for the most part, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to leave that there, I'm going to go across the PS3, play it all through again, and just do the opposite heist and see how different the game is. And I've still yet to get to the final decision of the game, and I think I'm going to choose differently because when I played it originally, I saved everyone.
Yep.
This time around, I'm going to kill or try to kill someone. I'm yet to decide who. But it might be Trevor.
Don't spoil it. Some people.
Come on!
Some people still haven't beaten GTA 5.
They'll get over it.
It's not like it's Game of Thrones where you can give spoilers away because it's been out for 12 years.
Technically, as a book.
Yes.
But I'm going to wager that maybe 10% of the TV watching population have read the book. Everyone else just watches the TV show.
Probably 10% of the population before watching the show, who watched the show.
Yeah, now people have picked it up since, and they're reading the books now because they have nothing to do in between Game of Thrones season finale and the season premiere the next year. They just want more Game of Thrones, so they read the books. Which is what I'm actually doing right now.
Yeah, there you go. So,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, GTA 5 was the highest selling game of all time, so the majority of people out there will have the game. Or if they didn't buy it, they don't care. So they're not going to care about spoilers, especially seeing as it's been out for a year, or nearly a year.
All right.
Yes? No?
I still think it's stupid.
What?
That, like the whole spoilers thing. Yeah, give people longer than, a year, before spoilers.
I think a video game deserves a year.
You reckon?
Yes. Because video games are now that ingrained in pop culture. They've become mainstream really, really quickly. And if you go on the internet, you will come across gaming references all over the place. And I think a year for a game, especially one as big as GTA, where if you haven't played it, your friends have played it.
Yeah.
You will know what's happened because they would have told you something, or you would have seen it on Reddit, or Tumblr, or 9gag, or anything. You would have seen...
Who reads 9gag? 9gag's retarded.
I'm just saying. I like 9gag. Fuck you.
Well, okay, what about films then? What about films?
Okay, I was watching a thing the other day on Screen Junkies.
Yeah.
YouTube channel. They do movies. They're the guys that do honest trailers, which are hilarious.
Okay.
And they were talking. It was just after the season, the Game of Thrones season finale, and they were talking about spoiler etiquette.
Yeah.
And they said that in this day and age, for the access that people have to media, it's now the rule of 2.
2 what?
2 days for TV, 2 weeks for movies. That's it.
That's spoiler etiquette.
Yes, that's what they agreed on, because there is always a way to find what you are after, whether it be illegally downloading from Pirate Bay or whether you have access to a streaming service. You can watch any content or get any information you need immediately. So if you watch Game of Thrones and you're worried about spoilers, you're the sort of person that's going to watch it immediately so you don't get spoiled. And so they said, like, yeah, the rule of 2s. 2 days for a TV show, because there are so many other ways to access it than just missing the original airing.
Yep.
And 2 weeks for movies, because that gives you time. If you care enough about getting spoiled, you will go see the movie within 2 weeks of it coming out, usually.
So what about games? Would that be 2 months? Or 2 years?
See, that's the thing. Like, gaming comes into it in a whole different way, because it is selective. You choose to play through a game to the end, whereas you have to watch a TV show through the end. Like,
no, you don't.
Well, you wouldn't. Okay,
you could choose to.
You could choose to, but you wouldn't. Like, you wouldn't watch half an episode of Game of Thrones and then go, "No, I'm going to go do something else." You would watch.
Could.
You could, but you wouldn't.
Well, they split it up so that way they can follow each of the characters.
Fuck that, man. That's just.
What about films?
Films?
It's like Lord of the Rings. Any of the Lord of the Rings in the extended editions, it's 2 discs. So you finish the first half, and you can walk away, and you come back to the second half.
I know, but I have the extended editions. I have like the 2 Blu-ray system, dude. I was like rushing to get out of my seat, take that one out of my PS3, put the new one in, and keep watching again, because it just stops and you're just like, fuck, I want to see more. So, look, in this day and age, how prominent the internet is and how everyone has access to it, a year for a video game, that's more than enough time. That's no spoiler warning needed. That's my feeling anyway. A year, that is plenty of time to play the game.
Didn't we say, like, 15 years was also, like, to call something retro? I think it was 15.
Yeah, maybe. 15, that sounds sort of right.
Well, okay.
Okay, no, yeah, well, when did the...
let's put it this way. If we were to say that 10 years ago, the consoles that came out 10 years ago were retro, that means that next year, the Xbox 360 becomes a retro console.
That's a really disturbing statistic.
Yeah.
But it had like such an amazingly long lifespan for a console. Like, it's been around for so long, and they're still releasing games for it now.
The Atari had longer.
Okay, but that...
The Atari 2600 was something like 1976 to 1992.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yep.
But I think, like, back then, like, it didn't have the same market. It didn't have the same... Pull, yeah. It didn't have the same competition. These days, you've got Sony and Microsoft at each other's throats trying to be the first to do whatever the next thing is. So, the next-gen consoles, they came out within 2 weeks of each other. That was planned from day dot when they started developing these consoles.
They shouldn't have done that.
No, they shouldn't have. Like, I mean, the Xbox 360 and the PS3 were, what, a year or two apart?
We gave the Xbox 360 a leg up, but the PS3 caught that back with exclusives like The Last of Us.
Yeah, and the Uncharted series and the Gran Turismo series and what so they caught up that way. But like back in the Atari days, they didn't have like the massive competition and the billions and billions of dollars to be made off these consoles and games. So now it's a very, very competitive market. Everyone's trying to be ahead of the game, cornering the market, getting all of the market share to them. And yeah,
so is this argument to pretty much say that the Xbox 360 lasting as long as it did, as well as the PS3 and the Wii, well, not really the Wii, but
no.
The Xbox 360 and the PS3 lasting as long as they have, is a greater achievement than the initial Atari 2600 and its lifespan of 15 years?
It's hard to say. Like, I think too, like the thing back then is like we got to admit, in the last say 20, 30 years, the advancement of technology has become exponential. Back in, say, the 70s and 80s, they were going along at a fairly steady pace. But since, like, the 90s to the early 2000s, the rate at which stuff has advanced has gone up amazingly quickly. Stuff just gets more powerful, smaller, so fast.
The 3DS got bigger.
3DS got bigger, but I like my XL.
Yeah, see? You like it bigger.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but the thing is, like, the processor in there's, like, say, half the size of one that would do the same job 10 years ago.
Be a lot more than half the size.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just stuff moves along so quickly that for a console like the PS3 and the Xbox 360 to last as long as they did, and you got to admit, like, games when they first came out, they looked good, but they didn't look amazing. But somehow they managed to squeeze every bit of juice out of the Xbox 360 in its last active year without any next-gen competition, because games like Far Cry, games like Halo 4 looked absolutely amazing compared to their games that came out earlier in the series. Like, you look at Halo 4 compared to Halo 3, exact same console. Halo 4 looks next-gen compared to Halo 3. Far Cry 3 compared to Far Cry 1 and 2 looks amazing compared to its original 2. So the amazing ability to actually squeeze more and more power out of hardware that at that point was like 7, 8 years old, I think is a fairly decent achievement. So that's, like, yeah, that's where I stand with that, because I think it was a fairly good effort. And they're still making games for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and they'll continue to for probably another couple of years.
Apparently they're saying that it'll be the end of next year.
End of next year.
Yep.
That's
because they want to push people to the next consoles.
Obviously, yeah. So end of next year, so that's given the
year and a half. That's an extra year and a half.
Yeah.
So the Xbox would have effectively 10 years.
Yeah.
The PS3, 9.
Yeah. That's a fairly good achievement. Like, okay, the other one too. The PS2. How long did that was the games being produced for the PS2?
I think
because it had a very long lifespan as well.
I think it's still being made.
Really?
Well, I know that they've stopped making the consoles.
Yeah.
But even so, I think you can find NBA 2K, I think 14 on the PS2.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's 2K14, 2K13, one of the two.
Look that up, because if that is true, that's an amazing achievement. Like,
well, when did the PS2 come out?
PS2 was what?
2001.
Yeah, would come along alongside the Xbox, or close to it.
Came out 2001 and killed the Dreamcast. Well, 2000, I think 2000, and it killed the Dreamcast.
Right, that's right. It came out the year before the Xbox, the original Xbox. Sorry.
PS2 came out March the 4th, 2000.
Yeah, that's a year and a half before the Xbox.
And the console was discontinued in production as of January 4th, 2013.
Jesus. That's a hefty lifespan.
So that's nearly 13 years.
Yeah. That's a very, very good effort. And like it probably has one of the probably not greatest, but largest game catalogs out there by far. There's so many games you can get for that console.
The last new game for the console in Japan is Final Fantasy XI, Seekers of Adrenaline, and in North America and Europe, Pro Evolution Soccer 2014.
Wow.
And that came out November 14th, 2013.
Where do you buy these games? Would it be just a direct from a website? Because no bricks and mortar retail store would stock that stuff.
I have no idea. But, yeah, PS2. It's been going along.
Yeah, that's amazing, actually.
So I'm having a look at the whole list of them. That was all 2000. There was meant to be a Chicken Little Ace in Action game for it. All right. Here we go. FIFA 14 was on it.
It was?
Yep.
Jesus.
Because that was 24th of September, 2013.
Yep.
So FIFA 14.
I want to get that just to see how good it looks on the PS2.
You've also got, Don 2, the game.
Yep.
Don't know what that is. Pro Evolution Soccer 2014, FIFA Soccer 13, Pro Evolution Soccer 2013. So pretty much FIFA. It's all sport games.
Yeah.
Besides the Final Fantasy game, it is all sport games. FIFA Soccer 12, Madden NFL 12, WWE All-Stars, Major League Baseball 2K11, MLB 11 The Show, Pro Evolution Soccer 2011. Yeah, so it all goes down. Toy Story 3 was 2010.
Yeah?
But since then, it's been sport games.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Don 2, which is an Indian action thriller.
I wonder if that's where 2K is getting all its sales figures from.
PS2 games?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. If you've got
they would have to include them in their sales.
Well, if you've got an audience who is purchasing games, like sport games, for one particular console, and they're doing it consistently every year, why not keep releasing games for that console?
Yeah, that's right.
So they've discontinued the PS2, which is okay, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see FIFA 14 there. Oh, sorry, FIFA 15.
I guess we'll wait and see.
Well, they won't. They've already announced that they won't.
Yeah.
But I never heard that FIFA 14 was announced for the PS2.
No. And like you can't go to an EB Games store or even in the website and just look at a catalogue of PS2 games.
Nope. So
doesn't happen.
FIFA 14 platforms: Android, iOS, Windows Phone 8, Java, ME, Nintendo 3DS, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, PSP, Wii, Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Yeah, no wonder they get so many bloody sales. They're capturing nearly every segment of the market.
That's nearly, yeah. It is the last FIFA game to be released for the PS2 and PSP.
Oh, okay. So PSP is still making games as well?
Yeah.
Damn.
The PSP's, that's been out, not for that much.
Oh, it hasn't been out for long. It was like, what, 2006? Yeah, I was going to say 7 or 8.
I'll find that one out.
Yeah, do that, but yeah, like...
Oh, shit, son. 2004.
Really?
December 12, 2004 in Japan.
Wow. What about the North American release?
North America, March 24th, 2015. Oh, sorry, 2005. And
Okay.
PAL, September 1, 2005.
Jeez, that's out of...
Here's the discontinued.
Yep.
In Japan, June 2014.
Really?
January 2014 in North America. And PAL hasn't been discontinued yet. They're saying fourth quarter of 2014.
Okay, that's all fine and good, but where do I go and buy a brand new PSP?
I'm sure we can get one at Game Traders. Otherwise, EB Games.
I guess so.
But yeah, fun times.
But that's incredible to actually find that out. Like, I knew like the PS2 had a massive lifespan, at least of games, not necessarily consoles, but that's pretty crazy.
The only one you can get is the PSP E1000.
The fuck was that? Like the slim version?
It is the... Okay, so they've got the PSP 1000, which is the original. Then the PSP 2000, the PSP 3000, the PSP Go, and then the PSP E1000.
I just heard there was a PSP. I didn't know there were so many versions of it. Actually, no, I knew there was a regular version and like a slim version because they were comparing the Vita and the new Vita Slim to the old PSP, but I didn't know there was like all these other different...
The E1000 features a similar charcoal black finish, like matte finish, than the PS3, the Slim PS3.
Okay.
So it's like that black.
Yep.
And it was released July 2012 in PAL Toys. Oh, sorry, the Ice White version. So the white version was released in PAL in July 2012. So it's been out 2 years.
How long's the Vita been kicking for?
Not long.
No, it hasn't. Already releasing a Slim for it.
So the Vita has been out since 2011.
So they crossed over. Fair enough.
Vita came out in Japan December 17th, 2011.
Yeah.
In Australia, February 23rd.
Yeah, so they were still selling both at the same time.
Yep. As expected.
Sony really do push their products as long as people will put up with it, won't they?
Yeah, well, they like to keep their consumer base. They like to keep their fan base, keep them happy with games that are getting released for it, which people will buy and play.
I think though, if we were to go to Japan, we could still go to like a Sony store.
I'd spend all my money.
Yeah, we could go to a Sony store and buy it. I don't think that getting it in the North American territories or the PAL territories would be quite as easy as just going to Japan and getting it there.
You reckon?
Well, you look at the dates. They got everything new earlier. They got everything discontinued later. They've held on to everything in Japan a lot longer than other places. So I think that's where the market still is, because everyone there, it's their console, and they're so used to it, and they have these massive catalogs of games, and so they're just sort of, they're being faithful, I guess, to their home territory.
Well, the PSP has 15 games coming.
Really?
Still coming.
Jesus. So that, you never sort of hear about that sort of shit. It's incredible.
The latest game to come out was Seventh Dragon 2022.
Okay.
And so Seventh Dragon, it originally came out on the DS in 2009, but the second one came out August 9th, 2014. 3 days ago.
Yeah. That's mad.
Before that, it was God Eater 2, which was September last year.
Yeah.
And they got 15 games upcoming, which include, they've got scheduled release dates. They're all 2013 release dates, except for, they're all past. All of them are past.
Oh.
Sword Art Online was meant to have one.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, Sword Art Online was meant to have a game. Do you watch it?
Not that much.
Watch it.
Okay. I'll watch it more.
I reckon we're going to have a break.
Yeah, go to a song.
For a while. And, we'll get back to it.
Yep.
So, you've been listening to SwinGamers on radio on 3SSR. Gorgeous.
That was lovely.
That was gorgeous, lovely.
I was going to fall asleep on the couch, I reckon.
You did, for a little bit.
I know.
Anyway, so we're back. You're listening to SwinGamers on radio on 3SSR. We've just been talking a load of crap. Now,
It's what we do.
Yeah, it is what we do.
Alright,
so I have an idea. How about we talk about games that are coming up soon, and we give, our little 5 minutes worth of each one.
So an actual structured conversation with meaning and point.
If you want.
Okay, cool. We can do that.
Alright, so August 21st.
Yo.
Tales of, I think it's Zillia 2.
Pass.
You got no idea, do you?
No, I don't, actually.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to find a game that you do know. Alright, here we go. Okay, on September 4,
Yeah.
expect to see The Sims 4.
Pass.
Why?
Because it's The Sims.
You know what's interesting about The Sims 4?
Nothing.
When it gets released, they're not going to have pools.
What? They're not going to have pools.
Yeah, like swimming pools.
Why not?
Or toddlers.
Why not?
Because it's too hard for them to do right now.
I thought it was a whole thing like they didn't want toddlers drowning in the pool, so
No.
they got rid of both of them.
No.
Okay.
They can't do it because, with a game, you got the X-axis and the Y-axis, but you've also got the Z-axis.
Yeah.
So you can move across and forward and backwards, but it's up and down. That's the thing that's getting them at the moment.
So they haven't fixed... They're less than a month away.
Yeah, and they haven't built it for the new Sims 4 yet in the engine that they're using. I'll tell you why. This engine was... Okay, so apparently, initially they were meant to be using the same engine that was built for SimCity, which you don't need to swim in water for, but apparently they've made a brand new engine for it, and they're trying to work out how to do water and shit.
EA Games, everyone.
Hey, you know what? As a game designer, I concur. I can say that's
Look, no.
hard thing.
These are problems that you have in the alpha and beta stage, but if you're less than a month away from dropping the game, you might want to have a pool or the ability to have small children in your game.
Apparently it's going to be in a free update when they get around to doing it.
And this free update will only cost you $9.99 on Origin.
It's a free update. It's like SimCity with the free update to make it offline. They haven't quite given an update to make it work yet, but I'm sure they're working on it.
Yeah.
All right. September 9. Have a guess.
Destiny!
That's correct.
Woo!
On PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah. And the Xbox One
Yeah.
and PS4.
Yeah, you could say that.
You could say that because I'm getting on Xbox One.
Okay.
Why are you not saying that it's coming out on September 9th?
Nothing.
What? Don't screw with me right now, man.
Nothing. Do you know World of Tanks?
Yeah, I know World of
coming out
Tanks.
In 2 days.
Which platform is it dropping on?
Xbox 360.
Yeah, I thought so.
But it's like the disc version of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
World of Tanks is already free to play. As long as you have gold, you can play it.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're releasing it on a disc with $30 worth of stuff that you can use, so like money and upgrades and all that sort of stuff. So the game will retail for $29.95 even though you're getting a free game with some bonus crap.
Okay.
I'm thinking of getting it just to add to my collection, but I'd probably get it on the Xbox One.
Well, I guess if you're someone that is familiar with the series from PC or free download via the Xbox Live Store, or is it on PS Network?
I don't think so.
Okay. Actually, no, I think I remember hearing it was that not this year's E3, previous E3, they announced it as an Xbox exclusive or something, from memory. But I guess if you're familiar with it from PC and you think that $30 worth of upgrades is going to help you out, then yeah, go get it. Why not?
All right. August 19th.
Yep.
Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls.
Yes.
Ultimate Evil Edition.
Ooh.
So this will have, I'm assuming, the original Diablo 3 as well as the whatchamacallit?
Expansion.
Expansion, yeah.
Yep. How much is it costing?
If you're getting it from a place like EB Games, about $79.95.
So you'd hope that it'd have the full game in it as well as the expansion for that price.
Yeah. So it has Act 5, continues where the story left off.
Yep.
Level cap increased to 70. Oh, it includes the original game. Level cap increased to 70. So you get a new character called the Crusader.
Yep.
Alongside the Barbarian, Demon Hunter, Monk, Witch Doctor, and Wizard. You get new spells and abilities. They've got a redesigned loot system. So it drops fewer but better items. Apparently there's game-changing legendary powers. There's the Mystic.
Yep.
Paragon Progression.
Yep.
Which is an upgrade to Diablo 3's one. Loot runs, bounties, and clans and groups.
Fair enough. Well, if you like Diablo, get on it.
I would get on it.
If you actually liked Diablo 3, heard a lot of people were a bit iffy about it, especially on console. But, yeah, each to their own, I guess. Next.
Alright, next one. So next up, we've got oh, Jesus. It's an exclusive title, which is no longer exclusive.
I have no idea.
Alright, let's do the guessing game. It was originally released on the Xbox One and the Xbox 360.
Yes.
It is an online-only game.
Yeah. Shit.
Can't get it?
When you tell me, I'm going to hate myself.
Yep.
I'm sure I will. What the fuck is it?
It's a third-person shooter.
Well, it can't be Gears of War because they're not releasing
No.
Gears of War this year. Third-person shooter, exclusive to Xbox 360 and Xbox One.
Online only.
Online only. My brain's starting to hurt.
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Is coming out on
Oh, you dick.
is coming out on the PS3 and the PS4.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Why do you hate me? What did I do wrong?
Because the minute you said third-person shooter, all I'm thinking of is like, right, third-person shooters, what the fuck could that be? I'm thinking Gears of War. I'm thinking, like, Plants vs. Zombies, like the... Because, no, you said Xbox One and Xbox 360 exclusive. It's available on PC as well.
Okay, so PC as well. I didn't know, so I didn't want to make a false claim.
Okay.
Is there a problem, officer?
No, there's no problem now. It's just, yeah, you dick.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, it looks... Okay, if you haven't got Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, get it. It is so good.
It is hella fun. I will say that much.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z Pop Finals.
Ooh, Dragon Ball Z.
Yep, and the new 52 Deathstroke metallic version. Not bad. Not
Okay.
bad at all.
What else is there coming out?
Wizard of Oz, the Cowardly Lion Pop Vinyl.
Cool.
I'm going through...
Just give me some more Star Wars pop vinyl, for fuck's sake.
Oh, they had the Star Wars out earlier.
Oh, good. I like my Star Wars.
Oh, there's a an 8-inch Darth Vader.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's cool. Go to the games.
I'm trying to get to the games. I'm getting through them.
Are you on the EB store?
Yep.
You can select just to look at games.
I did. So there's also an Adventure Time version of Munchkin.
Really?
Yes. Because you can't have too much Adventure Time in your life.
I was going to say, for those who aren't in the studio right now, which just includes me and Sean, I'm wearing my Adventure Time t-shirt. I love it. What? Shut up.
All right.
Adventure Time?
Oh,
can we get in trouble for that?
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's a white DualShock 4 PS4 controller coming.
Which will be coming out in conjunction with the white PS4 for Destiny.
Correct. On September 9.
Yes. Same as you, because you've got the Titanfall Xbox One controller on pre-order, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Or
pre-order.
Back order.
Lay-by.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Same diff.
That one's coming. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution.
If it's anything like any other Naruto,
Naruto. Did you just say Naruto?
Sorry, I was trying to say Naruto. I say it Naruto, you say Naruto.
Yeah, I've been told it was Naruto.
I just say Naruto. Like all the Naruto games I played sucked.
Yeah?
I hated them.
Apparently they're on the same par as Dragon Ball Z games. Like not the 2D fighter ones, but like the 3D fighting.
I was never a big fan of the 3D fighting genre. It's something that I found very clunky and
didn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right, especially
it never feels right.
No, especially when you introduce the flying mechanic, it just starts to feel really hard to control, and you have to sync. There's probably a bigger learning curve than say Marvel v Capcom 3 or BlazBlue.
Yeah.
Which are very easy to pick up. 2D fighters.
You know what would be cool?
I enjoy, but 3Ds is... Yeah.
Open world Dragon Ball Z, first person.
That would be cool. Don't get me started on open world games that should exist, especially in a 3D platform. Because I will go for hours on the fact that like there hasn't been a like PC Pokemon game.
That's because it's Nintendo. Nice try.
I know, but my God, if that was like built into like the same sort of universe as a World of Warcraft, where you
Disney
just went
Infinity
around,
2.0 is coming out.
You dick! You interrupt me when I'm talking about Pokemon.
Damn straight. Disney Infinity 2.0 is coming out September 18.
Woo!
Hey, it's got the
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah, I was going to say you can play as Marvel characters.
Yeah.
He plays Iron Man and Hulk and
Nick Fury and Hawkeye, two favorites.
the two useless ones.
Oh, but Merida from Brave is coming, and Groot will be there.
Okay, I can get down for Groot, but not for that chick from Brave.
Groot and Drax.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Maleficent, Rocket Raccoon. Oh, Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy Curtain Call is coming out on the Nintendo 3DS, September 18.
I really need more 3DS titles.
Okay, did you play Theater Rhythm?
No.
All right, so it's like those games that you find at the arcade where you like tap the button or you like you swish it into the direction that the arrow is pointing, or you tap and hold and follow along the line, like along to music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that,
Yep.
but you do it to all like 221 Final Fantasy songs.
Right.
It's good. It's good.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, Hyrule Warriors is coming out September 20th.
Yes, there we go. Now we're getting there.
FIFA 15
Pass.
on the PS Vita and the Nintendo 3DS, September 25th.
That's great.
Can't wait.
FIFA.
Yeah, everyone loves FIFA. You play FIFA. How'd you find FIFA?
I didn't like it because I kept losing to you.
Yeah. And when you were on my team, you kept losing.
What?
Yeah, you made us.
No. Okay.
Because
if you played FIFA, you know when you got your little the thing above your head to like donut. Like,
yeah, you were green.
Yeah, I was green on a field of green, and my eyesight isn't exactly that great to begin with. So I'm like squinting, trying to figure out who the fuck I was playing as. And I didn't know.
So the idea is like if I have the ball and I kick it to a player, that player becomes you.
I understood that, but when I was like trying to change strategically to like block one of the opposition, I had no idea if I'd done it properly or not, or whether I'd changed to the right person because I couldn't see a goddamn thing.
And that's why we couldn't score, because what happened was I kept passing to you, and you kept like, oh, do I have the ball now?
Yeah,
and I was like, and meanwhile I've got a player out in the open.
Yeah, and then I'd just start running like I'd already have like the character I thought I was controlling running in like the direction I thought he should be, and then you pass it, and all of a sudden I'm now controlling the person with the ball, but I'm still deciding to run the other way. So if I was running defensively, I'm running back towards our goals. Which is stupid. I should be running at the other person's goals.
You need to work together. You need to be able to talk. You don't talk.
No, but look, after we changed it to
me against you.
Yeah, but then I had like a red thing above my head so I could actually see who the fuck I was.
Yeah, I still beat you.
Yeah, I know you did. I really don't care because I don't play FIFA at all.
You don't play Dota either.
No, I don't play Dota either.
You don't play anything.
I play games that I enjoy.
You like what?
At the moment I'm playing
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to care. I'm really trying to care. I just don't. I wish I did because I wish because it got all hyped up, especially after it got delayed, and everyone was thinking, okay, GTA 5 got delayed, and it came out, and it was amazing. So hopefully they're fixing all the little bugs, delay it, whatever, and make it amazing. And I think I actually said that on the radio show last semester, was just like, I don't care if they delay it, just make it awesome day one.
Is it awesome?
I would never use awesome to describe anything in Watch Dogs except for maybe the environment the world they created. The environment and just the whole scope of what they've done is very, very GTA-esque in they've got a working, living, breathing city.
Yeah.
But the character that they plonk you in the middle of the city as, and the shit he has to do, just bored the fuck out of me, to be honest. I just did not care. Like, I really want to. Like, I'm sure once I push through and maybe get to, like, the meat of the game, which usually comes at, the halfway mark, you got a lot of build-up, and then all of a sudden you get to real story, and then you start pushing towards the end. Then I'll start to really get into it. But I love the world they created. I loved Chicago. It was absolutely fantastic. But just the story and the character they plonked you in the middle of the city as just did not live up to what I thought they could do. I know Ubisoft has the potential. I love the Assassin's Creed games. I love the Far Cry games. They just... And it is a new IP.
Yeah.
I will let them off for that. But if this was an Assassin's Creed game, and I have my issues with Assassin's Creed 3, I wouldn't have been happy with it. But... And that seems to be a fairly common along the same thread as a lot of other people that have played Watch Dogs. They really just underwhelming, I think, is a good word to use. I think there was a lot of build up, a lot of expectation, and then not quite as much payoff as a lot of people were expecting.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that was at least my opinions on the game up to this point. It may change. But I think after what Ubisoft came out and said, I think it was last year, that after Watch Dogs comes out, they are focusing wholly on franchising games.
Yeah.
So they're going to stick with Far Cry. They're going to stick with Assassin's Creed.
Sequels,
yeah. And that pretty much indicated to me that they will be working on a Watch Dogs 2 at some point. So I honestly don't know. Like, do we want a second Watch Dogs game? Do we think it deserves a second game? That's what I think a lot of people are asking now. So, I don't know. What you've played through a bit of it. What do you think?
It plays like an open world game. Sometimes I get a little bit annoyed about some things, but I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy it, but I'm playing other games.
Yeah, I mean, like, I recently got myself Pokemon Black for the DS. I'm trying to play through as many of these Pokemon games that I missed before Omega Ruby comes out, and I get that. Just because I missed a few. So I played through Y when it first came out. I went back, I played Heart Gold since then as well. I want to play Black 1 and 2 because I missed them, and I think... What was the one that came out? I think it was Sapphire for the DS? Or Platinum?
What do you mean?
Was there a DS one that was before Black and White?
Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum. I still haven't played Platinum.
It came out with Diamond and Pearl.
That's it, yes. Thank you. I was trying to remember my groups of games in Pokemon. So I'm going to play Platinum and finish off Black before Omega Ruby and... What was the Sapphire one called?
Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire, thank you. Yeah, Alpha and Omega, that makes sense, yeah. Good work. Before they come out, so I want to knock over all the Pokemon games before then. And other than that, I actually started playing Max Curse the Brotherhood too, which
it's good.
Me and you finished, or you finished the other day.
I finished.
Yeah, with me watching you.
Let's be honest here, I finished.
You finished, and I just watched you play it. Yeah, that and I played Dota whenever you forced me to.
Yep, damn straight I will. Anyway, we're going to keep moving on.
Proceed with the games. Games.
We're going to keep going on because you've kind of like...
We tangent. It's what we do. No.
Right, so, a game that's coming out which I'm interested.
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments.
I've seen a couple of trailers. Yeah, I'm intrigued. If they can capture the essence of the Guy Ritchie movies and a little bit of the essence of the BBC series, then I think it could be a pretty cool game.
Well, at the moment,
if they can't do that,
it looks like half moving around, half point and click.
Yeah.
Which could work. Like, for something like Sherlock Holmes, you're able to look at an individual and look at the different parts about them, using point and click features. However, it looks more like a PC game. However, I don't think it's coming out on PC. Here I've got it for... Oh, yes, it is PC.
Yep.
So it's coming out on PC. It'll be like half the price compared to the other consoles. It'll only be like $50, whereas, Xbox One, PS4, it's $90. PS3, Xbox 360, it's $80.
Yeah. You know what would be really great? If you got like a Sherlock Holmes game or like something like that, and you brought in a few of the features from, say, L.A. Noire. The, hunting around for clues and reading people's facial expressions and trusting the instincts of your character.
Yeah.
That would be really cool because I really enjoyed L.A. Noire. Played through it a couple of times, trying to get 5 stars for each mission. Yep. And yeah, I really enjoyed the game. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite as popular as they sort of hoped, and Bondi Studios went under.
But they've come back.
They have come back, which is good to hear. But yeah, I think it was, to me, it still had that essence of a Rockstar game. So imagine if you could put like the Sherlock Holmes from the BBC series, or the one portrayed by Robert Downey Jr. into that sort of Rockstar universe. That would be a really, really cool game, and I could definitely get down on that. But I guess we'll see what this one is all about when it comes out.
Yeah, so it does look interesting. Also, Minecraft is coming out on the PS4 and the Vita.
Okay. So that's now pretty much every single console and platform ever.
Bayonetta 2.
Yep.
Forza Horizon 2.
Yay! Forza Horizon.
October 2nd.
Yep. That's actually one I've done a pre-order because, I don't know, I played the first game, it was alright. I'll just probably wait and see and maybe get it a couple of months later when it's half price. Nothing that I'm overly looking forward to. I do like the Forza series, but I'm not exactly waiting outside at midnight to get it.
Yeah. I don't think I would either.
No. Although the one thing I will say,
yeah,
Forza Horizon,
yeah,
was the first game to remind me of a game that came anywhere near close.
Need for Speed Underground.
Underground 2.
I like Underground.
I preferred 2. Soundtrack for 1 was absolutely killer. I loved it, and just the world you got, and it was so much fun. I played Underground 2 a lot. Got on the Xbox and just played the hell of it over and over and over again. And even my brother, who's not as much of a gamer as I am, he plays every now and then. We both were just absolutely hooked on Underground 2, and Forza Horizon brought back some of those feelings and memories. It was quite nice.
Yeah, I still need to finish number 1, number 2. I never really finished them, get to the end.
Yeah. So yeah, Forza Horizon, unless you're a mad fan of the series, wait till it drops in price.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yep.
But that's a list of games that's coming out soonish. That's start of October.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, we've got the EB Expo, you got PAX,
yes,
and then you got all the big titles.
Yeah. So pretty much after PAX, everything starts dropping real quick because you got November, you got the holiday period.
Yeah.
And then leading into Easter, Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, how could you mix Christmas and
I
Easter
don't
together?
know. Shut up. My brain hurts. Been awake for too long today. Anyway,
we've got a whole bunch of games coming out later in the year. And
you missed one.
Which one?
When does Evolve come out? That's October, isn't it?
Wasn't there. Hang on. I'll have a look.
It should be. I'm really looking forward to that game. I think it looks amazing. I got to actually play it at Comic-Con this year. It was fantastic. Just
keen as a bean.
Keen as a bean. That's a good way to put it. I am keen as a bean.
February 10th, 2015.
What? Bullshit.
February 10th, 2015.
No, it got pushed. Why did it get pushed?
So they can build it and shit. Why Why are you so sad?
Because I'm sad.
You're such a loser.
Shut up.
Okay, so
This was my reaction when GTA 5 got pushed back.
Alright, so released Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and PS4 on February 10, 2015.
Son of a bitch. I didn't even hear they got pushed back. Because they got like at home, I got my pre-order list of like when games are supposed to be coming out, and then the weeks leading up when I'm going down to put money on my pre-orders for them.
Uh-huh.
And I think like Evolve is only number 2 on that list, so it comes in right after Destiny. So it's like Destiny, Evolve, Assassin's Creed, Unity, I think Far Cry 4, then Halo.
So when are
is
you going
the
to
order.
finish these games?
I think a lot of it will be trying to finish them off.
In the next 4 years?
Yeah, trying to. No, I'll try to knock them over.
You can't knock over Destiny.
Well, no. I mean, you can get through, I think, the single player as much as possible. I foresee it as a game that will hopefully have the same core game and then, like, a new story or a new
DLC sort of stuff.
new area sort of released at different times.
Periodically.
Yeah, and I think that's what people are really, really hoping with GTA 5 as well, because they've built this huge world, but so much of it isn't accessible yet. Like, I would love...
What's not accessible?
The casino isn't open. Open the casino. Let us go in there and gamble. Open the racetrack. Put, bloody the trots on there, and your character can go there and bet on the trots.
Or shoot the dogs down.
Yeah, or, go there and shoot all the horses, whatever sort of suits your 6 weird fantasies that you can live out on GTA 5. So, they keep talking about DLC for story, and I want it, but...
Don't they have one planned?
They do. There's all this word out there that something is coming, but it's just like, we don't know what it is. At this stage, we don't know specifics, but you're looking it up right now. Thank you.
No.
You're not? Okay. But yeah, like, I mean, they keep dropping stuff for GTA Online, different bloody clothes and cars and all that sort of stuff, but that's not what, at least I know I want. I want some more story. I want some more time with Trevor and the other two. Michael and...
Starts with F.
Francis? No. Franklin! Franklin, I got it. I want some more time with those three. And some new stories. And it'd be really cool if they did like the whole... Because they're releasing heists for GTA Online. It'd be great if you could just do a dual DLC, just put some more heists in the story.
So you want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
GTA 4 came out 29th of April 2008 on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Came out 6 months later, December, on PC, right? Yep. Now, so we're talking April 2008.
Yep.
Now, the first DLC that they had for it, which was Lost in the Damned.
Yep.
Lost in the Damned,
came
out February 2009.
So about a year.
And then you had the Ballad of Gay Tony, which was October 2009.
So a year and a half-ish.
Yeah. So, now we're going to take a trip down memory lane. When did GTA 5 come out?
It was in September, middle of September from memory, I believe. September 13th rings a bell, close to it.
September 17th.
September, okay. So we're possibly a month away from a new story.
But here's the thing, it's also coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One, right?
What's the date for that again?
Third quarter to fourth quarter 2014.
Okay, so there's no release date. Okay.
No.
That could be a simultaneous release. DLC It won't? You don't think so?
I can tell you that right now, it
Won't?
will not.
All right.
What they will do is they will release it for the Xbox One and the PS4, let it sit there for half a year, possibly a year, and then they'll release the DLC.
Okay.
So that way they can build a fan base on the newer consoles.
Yeah.
You would think that would be better to release it alongside to get the fan base to the consoles. I think that's what you're trying to say.
I think like maybe if there's just maybe like an extra couple of missions in the new versions just as a selling point. I mean, I already own the game twice. I'm fairly certain I'm going to own it 4 times. I have it on Xbox 360. I have it on PS3. I definitely want it on PC, and I will most likely be getting it on an Xbox One as well. But I want a reason to buy it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
PC will pretty much solely be for when the modding community gets out there and starts doing some crazy stuff. I will be there. But for Xbox One, I want... Because, I mean, the game looks fantastic anyway. So I don't see the up-res graphics or like whatever they reckon as a selling point. Because they're not...
It's Grand Theft Auto on the new consoles.
They can't really make it look that much better. They have to give us more story. Or just even a couple of extra missions as day one DLC. I know you hate day one DLC, but just to get people to buy it on the next-gen console, that way they have a market for when they drop the DLC across all platforms. Because if they're just giving us the exact same game on a new console, I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, how well did it work for The Last of Us? They added stuff, though, to that, didn't they?
The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what about Tomb Raider Definitive Edition? Did they add a few bits and pieces?
They did have DLC packs.
Okay, so that would make sense that they put something small, doesn't have to be huge, it's just a little thing in the PC and next-gen console versions to make it worth buying. And then, maybe, yeah, like you said, 6 months later, drop a big DLC.
Yeah. Like,
drop a brand new story. So, that could work.
Could. Would it?
Could, would, should. You never know. I'd like it to. Like, I love that game so much. I've played the hell out of it. It's so much fun. So, and they have a massive fan base already, especially like now that that most people are on GTA Online. Yeah, they have a lot of potential to keep this going and going and going. You just open it up, and why not put another island next to Los Santos and have us travel over there? I mean, are we getting to that point where this is something I've been thinking about for a while? Are we getting to that point where they can just release a game, and then for the rest of its lifespan, no sequels, just new stories in that same world?
Yeah.
So something like Watch Dogs. If there was a Watch Dogs 2, but they were going to base it in Chicago again, why not just give us a brand new story and a brand new character as a DLC? You still pay maybe $40, $50 for it?
It sounds like Infamous Second Son, First Light.
That's the new... Yeah. You play as a girl, I think.
You play as a girl?
Yeah.
In the same world.
Yeah. Like, because honestly, I would be happy to play in like the Los Santos GTA 5 universe for a good few more years, because it is this awesome world they've created. There's so much to do. There's always something going on. If you could give us a brand new story within that world, without making it another $100 game, $50 DLC, happy to pay that and just experience an entirely new story. Because they don't have to build a new engine and build a new game within that engine. They don't have to do any of that. They just give us more content in the same world. And I think a lot of games have the potential to do that in the future. Like Destiny would definitely be one of them, because they've created a game that exists within our galaxy. All they need to do in the future is, if they want to add stuff, is they open up more planets, or they open up wormholes and we can go to another galaxy. But you stay within the same core game that was released originally. And I think that would be a great way to keep production costs down for the developers, and that way keep the retail costs down for the consumer.
Yeah.
Be fantastic. And that would actually lend to the digital direction that Microsoft and Sony are leaning towards. Like, they both want to get rid of physical sales, because they lose money to the retailer. They want to just have you go on the store and just download it. And so stuff like that would lend itself directly to that digital marketplace, because they would be not the huge 60 gigabyte downloads that a full game is.
Which sucks. It's downloading a 40 gigabyte download for Call of Duty. It's 45 gigabytes to download Call of Duty from the disc before you actually play it off the disc.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yep. And, honestly, being in Australia, this is something that sort of pops up a lot more, is our download speeds aren't exactly the greatest in the world. So it takes a while.
It's like 51st in the world.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Out of first world countries or something like that. Something ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm going to move to Europe. It's like Estonia has the best internet in the world or something.
Yeah, it's like a gigabit a second.
Yeah, it's insane.
Terabit a second.
So yeah, being Australian, it's like, okay, we need to download this massive game and then download DLC. It's like, fuck, it takes so goddamn long to do. So that's why I think a lot of people in Australia, I think that's why places like EB Games are still thriving, is because it's so much easier just to go and buy a disc and chuck it in your thing. Even though it still does take a while to install on your console, you're not waiting 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours for it to actually digitally download.
Well, actually, the PS4 installing the game from the disc onto the console literally takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah, because don't they have that ready-to-play function where it downloads enough of it?
That's the Xbox One.
I thought the PS4 did that. No, sorry, PS4 are doing that with pre-orders.
Yes.
So you can pre-order a game
from the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, it will download, or it will sort of start. I can't remember. It sort of starts.
It'll download the files. It'll download all the files that you need, except for like some key ingredients.
Yeah.
And then when the game comes out, you just download the quick patch, which has the key files, and then you've got the game.
Yeah, and it's ready to go straight away, which is really, really a really cool thing. But I think the Xbox One, it downloads just enough of the game for you to start it up and play it. And it will continue downloading in the background. I think Forza 5, when I downloaded that, did the same thing. Got to like 50, 60%, and then said game is ready to play. And you can start playing it, and it will just keep downloading in the background while you played it. Which I think they're trying to cut corners and find ways around this massive wait time we have, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah. Look, that anyway, that's
you've stopped. You've had your rant, and you're just like, I'm done.
I'm catching my breath. But I think now if game developers can create these massive worlds that we love to play in, like your Destinies, like your GTAs, and then just sort of expand on that world instead of creating entirely new worlds over and over again, I think
a game did that.
What's that?
And it was critically panned for doing so.
What was it?
Does anybody remember the game Crackdown?
Crackdown. I do remember the game, never played it.
Okay, so Crackdown is effectively it's an open world city, except you're a cop with like superhuman powers. So you can scale buildings, you can pick up cars and throw them at people.
Sounds like Prototype.
Yeah, similar to Prototype.
Yep.
But this was an Xbox 360 exclusive.
Yep.
And it also had the beta for Halo 3. Now, when Crackdown 2 came out, it was the exact same map. The main difference between Game 1 and Game 2 was that at night, everyone turned into zombies.
Zombies, of course. Always with the zombies.
So, like, that was pretty much the main difference. Apart from that, it was the same world, same gameplay, all that sort of jazz. And everyone hated number 2.
Okay, well that's
because it was the same world,
yeah.
But they just made a different story in the same world.
Yeah, well they made the mistake of releasing it as marketing it as another game. Whereas if you market it as DLC, say like Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption,
yeah,
that was not a separate game. It was an expansion on a map that already existed. I mean, it was sold physically, but it was only like $40 when it came out, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got the double pack anyway, with both discs in there. But that wasn't marketed as Red Dead Redemption 2 with zombies. It was just targeted as a DLC. And I think Ballad of Gay Tony and Lost and Damned were both available for physical and digital sales as well.
Yep.
But once again, they weren't $100. They were 40 or 50.
You know what? Okay, so you know what makes a great game? The ability to be able to actually sell your demo. If you are a game that's good enough to charge people for your demo,
yep,
and they will pay and play it, you're doing something right. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
So I can't wait for Metal Gear Solid 5 to come out. Because Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain is like a 6-hour game.
Yeah.
It is pretty much, it's meant to be like a prequel leading up to number 5. It is a demo. It is like Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, someone found a glitch and you can finish it in like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. You stand near a gate or something and it just sort of glitches and you finish the game in 2 minutes or something ridiculous like that.
Yep.
Which I saw something on YouTube and was watching like, wow, that's not a full game, but
it's stealthy, man.
Yeah, it is stealth. That's real stealth.
But so they're selling it $50 and people are buying it.
Yeah.
And it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. It's just that they could sell a demo. So Metal Gear Solid 5, look out. That'll be a big game when it comes out.
I did see I think they did gameplay for it last year's
Yep.
E3, sorry.
E3, yeah.
Yeah, and it looked amazing. And I was just like, because I've never really played. I think I played like 1 or 2 of the Metal Gear series, but never been a big fan of it. But just looking at it, I'm just like, wow, that is just
like this guy's walking around
really
the desert.
Really fucking awesome.
This guy's walking around the desert.
He's riding on horseback at one point. That was awesome.
And he's holding like a gun to this guy's head. He's like, get down the ground. The guy's like, yeah, right. And then he calls in a weather balloon, effectively, to come and pick the guy up and take him away. Like, you can get a weather balloon to pick up a goat and take it away, and you get like 15 experience or whatever.
Oh, so I want to do that.
Like, and as if nobody can see these weather balloons just coming down, picking them up, and just taking them out. We've got the gameplay footage at work, and I just look at it, I'm like, how do people not realize this? Like, you're inside this building, there's this guy outside the door, and you're just like, weather balloon. Pick him up, send him off. Like, what? Doesn't even make sense.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
Unless it, like, picks him up, throws him up 100 meters in the air, and then drops him.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any falling people yet, so, yeah. It'd be interesting. But, there's a couple of things that are coming out that looking forward to.
Yeah, and of course, November you've got your big ones, your Call of Duty.
Halo Master Chief.
Halo Master Chief. I got to say, look, the more I look into the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the more footage I see, the more actual gameplay, not just your cinematic bullshit.
They say that it's different. Because they say it's Call of Duty, except mixed with Crysis.
I was about to say, I saw some very Crysis elements in there, which could revitalise, I think, the GTA franchise a little bit, give it something new.
GTA?
Sorry, COD. I've got franchises on the brain.
You know what? So does EA.
I know, they do. They love them.
And Ubisoft.
And Activision.
Fun times.
Yeah. Although we say that, and then we go around and say that, Halo's a fantastic game, and 343 Industries only makes Halo. So, but whatever. That's pretty much their mission statement, though, is to make Halo games.
Yeah, just like our mission statement is to play games.
Yeah, exactly. But look, the more I look into it and the more I sort of read about it and see actual gameplay of it, it's just like, okay, this could be the kick in the pants that it needs, but I don't expect it to outsell Modern Warfare 3, was it Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2, which is their biggest seller? Because I know Ghost was the first one to drop, so it would have been Black Ops 2.
Out of what?
All the COD games from Modern Warfare up to Ghosts.
Yep.
Ghost was the first one in sequence to not sell more than the previous game.
Yes.
So which one came out the year before? Was that Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 2.
Okay, so Black Ops 2 is the highest selling game to this point. So I don't expect Advanced Warfare to beat that. I reckon it'll land somewhere between Ghosts and Black Ops 2.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it'll do better than Ghosts. Don't think it'll do better than Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 is their peak. I think it would take something extremely drastic to get people to go back to it in the numbers they were. And who knows, like Advanced Warfare may be that. But I don't see it outselling Black Ops 2. I see it getting better than Ghost because Ghost, like all the stuff that came out before Ghost dropped, like the reusing of cinematic footage, like when whoever was with you comes and like drags you away, it was the exact same footage, just recycled. And people saw that and just like, well, it's the same game. Why the fuck would I buy it again?
Yeah.
And that was I haven't bought Ghost yet. Black Ops 2 was the last one that I bought. And
Ghost is alright.
And I still haven't played the campaign of Black Ops 2.
Yeah, it took me a while to get around to it as well.
Yeah, and the sick thing is, like, I went down and got it day one, got the special edition, massive box and that, and I still haven't played it. I really want to, because I did enjoy I enjoyed the first Black Ops story. I thought it was fine.
It follows up.
Yeah, and it does. It follows directly on from that. So that's sort of like I wanted to, but I think that year was the year that Halo 4 and Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry 3 all came out.
Yep.
And I think Crysis 3 as well was around that time as well. So I'm just like...
Sequels.
Yeah, I was just like, I could play Black Ops 2, but I could play Halo, and then I could play Assassin's Creed, and all these other franchises that sort of take that tiny preference over the Call of Duty franchise got in the way, and then all of a sudden it just sort of was a year later, and I'm just like, wow, I still haven't played that game. So...
Yeah.
But look, you never know, but I think it'll be a better selling game than Ghosts, but I don't think it's going to really bring them back to where they were.
With like Modern Warfare.
With the Modern Warfares, yeah, and Black Ops 2 was just their I think it was their peak, is what I'm saying. So I think it'll be around for a few more years, but I don't expect it to keep selling in those sort of numbers. I think people have started to move on.
People haven't moved on from FIFA.
No, but that's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different ball game.
It is a whole. I tried to avoid saying that. I thought I was like, I'm not going to say that. But no, you went there.
Anyway,
it's a new semester, but the puns are old.
Damn straight. All right, so we're gonna get stuck into like the last 5 minutes of the show. Well, probably less than that. So we had a Nintendo 64 event on the weekend.
Yeah, yes, we did.
And we had a number of 64s set up with a few games, and it was good fun, wasn't it?
It was very good fun, and I actually won a few Pokemon Stadium 2 minigame comps, and I was very happy with that. I got very involved. Like that's the thing, like when me and my mates back home play, it gets very, very competitive, and it was exactly the same here. And like, especially when you roll the dice and you're stealing coins from the king. Yeah, when it gets into that, it just gets very, very competitive. And I'm not saying I take it too far. I just really like to win sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. We had that. We had Lilac Wars, Mario Kart, obviously, Smash Bros. What else were we playing?
There was a whole heap of them.
A few other games. Yeah, it was good fun though.
There was like 200 games there. Maybe not quite.
Not quite, but just yeah. But no, a Mario Party. That's right. We played Mario Party as well. That was good fun. But yeah, so it was a good event. And everyone's always asking for something to do with 64 because everyone loves them. It's everyone's favourite console, mostly.
Oh, great. Also, a Game of Thrones actor, J.J. Murphy, has died after 4 days of shooting.
Which one was he?
Don't know. I'm trying to work that out. He was meant to play Sir Dennis Mallister, the oldest member of the Night's Watch.
Okay. Was he a new character this season?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so no one's...
But they're not recasting him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well. People are dying, just like Robin Williams.
Yes, we did hear about that. That's very, very sad. I guess to tie in our show, he was a massive Zelda fan, wasn't he?
Yes.
Huge. Named his daughter Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big deal.
She's 25 years old now.
Yeah. That's
She's hot.
It's a real shame, but he was a fantastic actor. Loved him in pretty much everything he did. Very, very sad to hear him go.
Yeah.
Might go home and watch Aladdin.
Or any of the other films that he did.
I like it. Was my favourite, man. Like the nostalgia factor, plus he did an absolutely awesome job as it. So.
All right. Anyway, wrapping things up. We have an event this weekend. We're not sure what it is yet. Chances are it'll be free games on the Saturday. So second level at the George. Just bring down a console, whatever. Otherwise, if a few people rock up and people want to play PC, head over to Legend Fantasy and we'll have a couple of games of anything over there.
Yeah, speaking of that, the megaphone has been moved. And big updates. The games list is done.
Yeah, when are you posting it?
Myself and Hayden finished it last night at about midnight. We went through every single game that myself and Sean, we had a preliminary list.
Yeah, we had like 50 games down.
Yep, so we went through that one by one and pretty much got the list down to, I think there's about between 15 and 20 possible games, and that will be released pretty much
in the next couple of days.
In the next couple of days, it will be up. The new date for the Omegathon, tentatively at the moment, is September 13th.
Yep.
Which is the weekend before the mid-semester break.
But once it gets booked in, we will put the date up on our Facebook page at facebook.com/SwinGamers.